Recording in progress.
ஐந்து கரத்தனை ஆனை முகத்தனை இந்தின் இளம்பிறை போலும் எயிற்றனை நந்தி மகந்தனை ஞான கொழுந்தினை புந்தியில் வைத்தடி போற்றுகின்றேனே தந்தை தாயாவானும் சார்கதியுங்காவானும் அந்தமிலா இன்பம் நமக்கு ஆவானும் எந்தமது ஊனாகுவானும் உயிராகுவானும் அருட்கோனாகுவானும் குரு நன்மையும் செல்வமும் நாளும் நல்குமே திண்மையும் பாபமும் சிதைந்து தேயுமே ஜென்மமும் மரணமும் இன்றி தீருமே இம்மையே ராம என்றிரண்டெழுத்தினான். Hari Om to all. We are seeing the history of Indrajit. While seeing the history of Indrajit, we are seeing Ravana also.
Speak a bit louder, sorry.
So there was a Brahma Rishi by the name Kushadhwaja, son of Brihaspati. Brihaspati is Devaguru. After Shukracharya, he was considered as the Guru of Devas. So Brihaspati, son Kushadhwaja, had a daughter by the name Vedavati. And he wanted to give her daughter to Vishnu in marriage. There was a king of Daityas by the name Shambhu. He wanted to marry Vedavati. So that she want to give her in marriage to Vishnu. So one night when the Rishi was sleeping, he came and killed the Rishi. And her mother entered fire along with her husband's body. So this is another context where women enters fire. Here she enters along with the husband's body. So Vedavati was alone. Ravana happened to see her and he asked the details about her. She told that I am waiting for Vishnu to marry me. Then Ravana started boasting like he did with Nandikeshwara. There is no match to me. Why are you thinking of marrying Vishnu, who is nobody? Why don't you marry me? When she refused, Ravana held her by hair. She cut her hair with her hand. Because of the tapas, she was doing tapas. Because of her tapas, her hand became like a knife. So she cut off her hair. She told, insulted by you, no longer I desire to live, but before dying I am telling you, I will burn again for your destruction. And she entered the fire. she appeared again from a lotus and Ravana took her to Sri Lanka. And this is what somebody twisted, that Ravana had a daughter and so on. Even last week I was questioned. As I already refused the theory and I am going to refuse today, I didn't answer the question. Whoever follows our class, they know better. So Ravana took Vedavati, who born again on a lotus, took her to Sri Lanka. And he consulted with his ministers. His ministers, well versed in physiognomy, Samudriga Lakshanam. There was a art field in India, like astrology and so on. By seeing a person's figure, features, we can tell his history, mood, temperament, knowledge, life and so on. And this is not just with men. If you have heard, I don't know, there was a trading of cattle, whether it is horse or bull or cow. In the trade of cattle, the people will look for features, Samudriga Lakshanam, of the cattle. With some specific features, they will understand the health, age and so on of the cattle. So what purpose they are purchasing the cattle, they will look for whether it is fitting for those things, then only they will purchase the cattle. So there was a art. By seeing the body features, we can understand many things. Like by seeing the sky, we understand many things. Time, grahas, good time, bad time and so on. The same way, ministers of Ravana, seeing the Samudriga Lakshanam of the girl, child, said that she will be your destroyer. Then Ravana threw her into the sea. She appeared in the sacrificial ground of Janaka. Another name for him is Usirabiija Janaka. So while ploughing the field to perform the sacrifice, in the line of the ploughing, Sita appeared. The child appeared. Later she was named as Sita. She was named Sita because since she came out of the furrow, the ploughing line, in Sanskrit that is called Sita, so she is called Sita. And Agastya was telling this story all the way, so we should not forget that. He was narrating the story to Rama. When Rama asked, how come you are praising Indrajit so much? Then he started giving the background. So Agastya told Rama that you are the Vishnu. Sita was Vedavati who wanted to marry Vishnu in that Janma, and you are the Vishnu now. So you people married. So after getting the curse from Vedavati, Ravana didn't stop his crimes. Because he had the ego, he thought he is so powerful, So because of the pride, then he went a place called Usirabiija, where King Marutta was performing yaga through a priest called Samvarta, who was brother of Brihaspati. In Vedavati also, in the Brihaspati lineage, this Samvarta also from Brihaspati, brother of Brihaspati. So when the gods, devatas, came to know Ravana is approaching, they all hid themselves as animals. The king Marutta was ready to fight with Ravana, but the guru, priest Samvarta advised him not to fight because you are in the puja, yaga after. So you don't fight now. You should not be leaving yaga in between. So he didn't fight. Taking that as victory, after causing bloodbath, Ravana left. After Ravana left, the gods took their forms again from the animals, birds. So Indra took the form of peacock, it seems. So Indra blessed peacock with no fear from snakes. And Indra gave his 1,000 eyes in the peacock's tail. It seems the peacocks were with plain blue tail before this incident. Then Indra blessed them with tail with eyes. So thereafter the peacock's tail had eyes, which we enjoy today. And he blessed, because I am the god of rain. When the rain comes, you will be rejoicing. And generally it is believed that peacocks spread their tail as a fan like palm when the clouds appear before raining. So this all happened due to Indra's blessings, according to Ramayana, Valmiki Ramayana. Then Varuna blessed swan, Annam. You will be white as foam and you will look charming. It seems the swans were with different colors previously. After this Varuna's boon, they became pure white in nature. Then Yama took the form of crow. And we know, even now we consider Yama as Pitru Devata, and before we eat, particularly in Shraddha days, we keep the food for crow and we call also. As children, our mothers make us call, ka, 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 because after the crows come and eat only we can take. So we will yell. Even if the crow is in America, it will hear and come and eat. So Yama became a crow and he blessed the crow of no disease and long life. And when crows are fed, ancestors will settle. They will be satisfied. So this was the boon given by Yama. And now you know what is the reason we feed crows. Then Kubera. These are all Dikpalakas, na? Indra is one Dikpalaka of east, Yama for the south, Varuna for the west, and Kubera for the north. We already saw. So Kubera took a form of chameleon, Pachondi, or Ondan. So he blessed it with a golden hue, the gold color. He blessed chameleon. So in that way, because these animals helped them to escape from Ravana, they blessed all these animals. And then Ravana moved to Ayodhya. Then the Ayodhya was ruled by a king called Anaranya. They had a fight. Anaranya knew Ravana was coming. He collected a huge force and there was a huge fight. In the heavy fight, Anaranya didn't yield to Ravana. So Ravana killed him. And on the dying time, Anaranya made a declaration that my successor will kill you. There will be coming a Rama and he will kill you. So, making this declaration, Anaranya died. But that didn't stop Ravana. So, seeing Ravana, Narada want to do some mischief. So he intervened him. Why are you going here and there? Why don't you go to Yama, who is taking everybody's life? And the way Narada put that was very nice. He told Ravana, see, I am pleased with your noble exploits. We know whatever he did was ignoble. But we have to say like that things. When we want to make others obey whatever we say, when we want to want them to follow us, then we have to tell some lies also. So Narada was telling, I am so pleased with your noble exploits. What for is this world of mortals being destroyed by you? See, already they are at the hands of Yama. In Kathopanishad you might have heard, Martyamiva pashyate lokaha, Martyamiva ajayate punaha. And the people dies again and again. Instead of telling they are taking birth again and again, Kathopanishad, they are dying again and again. So Narada was telling, why are you tormenting these mortals? Already they are at the hands of Yama. Today or tomorrow they will be reaching Yama. There is no way they can escape from Yama. Sasyamiva Marthya Pachyade Sasyamiva Ajayate Punaha. For this world stands virtually destroyed, in that it is in the grip of death. The world of humans does not deserve to be tormented by you. Who would destroy people who are utterly ignorant of their higher interests, are surrounded by major calamities, and who are subject to old age and hundreds of diseases? So Narada makes it clear that we are all ignorant people. We have to reach God We have to know ourselves, but we are engaged in local activities very busily. Love, marriage, getting children, going for job and so on. We are very busy with those things. Narada is telling, these people are ignorant people. They lost sight of their higher interests. And they are surrounded by major calamities like earthquake, volcanoes, and tsunami, and so on. And as though they are not enough, these people also cause accidents also. They drive car and they cause accidents also. And of course, they attain old age. And of course, there are hundreds of diseases, including corona. What wise man would love to sow destruction through warfare in the world of human beings, which is consistently afflicted with adverse contingencies here, there, and everywhere? So Narada was very much concerned about us. So he was telling Ravana, don't torment human beings. It is, they say, Chetapam Badikiradu Madri. One is beating a dead snake. Why should one beat a dead snake? Human beings already died. So why are you killing them? You do a better job. Why are you wasting your time in tormenting these people? Just look at this world of human beings. Who, though ignorant, are yet addicted to diverse pursuits, and to whom what is in store for them is not known. Do not destroy people who are being preyed upon by hunger, thirst, old age, and so on, doomed as they are by fate, and stand bewildered by melancholy and sorrow. See how much Narada understood our stage. He gave a clear picture to Ravana. At places, instrumental music, dance, etc. is enjoyed by men full of delight, while others in distress are crying with tears streaming from their eyes and along their faces, deluded by fondness for their mother, father, and son, and airy projects relating to their wife and other relatives, and fallen from which virtue man does not foresee his own suffering. Therefore, you may get little disturbance because train is passing. Therefore, what will you gain by harassing as you do this world of mortals, which is already undone by delusion? Whatever has to be cast, delusion cast for them. Why are you causing more trouble for them? Oh friend, the world of mortals stand already conquered by you. There is no doubt about it. All these beings must seek the abode of Yama. Therefore, O seer of Pulastya, subdue Yama. If you want to do something bigger, achieve something, better you go to Yama himself. Are you able to hear without disturbance?
Yes, Swamiji, can hear.
Okay. So, these human beings, if you conquer Yama, all these human beings stand conquered automatically. There is no doubt about it. So at Ravana's suggestion, he sought the abode of Yama for combat. Narada, before Ravana reaches Yamaloka, Narada reached there to see the fun. What is going to happen between Ravana and Yama. And Ravana invaded the domain of Yama and destroyed the forces of Yama. Duel between Yama and Ravana for 7 nights. That means days also. 7 days it happened. Finally, Yama decided to use his Yama Danda, Kala Danda. Of course, the Devata of death asked Yama, let me handle Ravana. Yama told, no, I myself will handle. Why are you troubling yourself? Then Yama was about to wield his Yama Danda. Then Brahma intervened. See, always you see noble people intervene, people like Yama, to advise not to disturb Ravana. They never go to Ravana and advise him. And we also see in our life, if we are good people, we are always advised. You don't do this, don't do that. People never go to bad people and advise them because they know bad people never listen to. Only good people will listen to, they will come to good people and advise. So Brahma came to Yama and advised him, see, I already gave him some boon. If you wield your Yamadanda, then my boon will be falsified. So you please leave your place and give it to him. So Yama was holded back at an intervention of Brahma. So his rod of destruction, which was raised to make short work of Ravana, was holded back by him. So whenever somebody gives you advice, you remember this fact. Advices are given to noble people, not to wicked people. So they consider you a good person, so they come to advise you. So you take it as a grad certificate, very credit, and you, if you possible, you obey them, listen to them. Okay, the triumphant Ravana then left the domain of Yama. Then he proceeded to Patala, Rasatala. He didn't leave even his relatives, okay, where Asuras were living. So he went there. There he made friends with Nivata Kavachas. The Nivata Kavachas, they wanted to fight, but they knew they cannot fight Ravana. So they made friendship with Ravana. Then he stayed there for some time and learned conjuring tricks, Maya jals. He learned those things in a way along while residing in Nivata Kavachas. Then he proceeded to Kalakeyas. They are all comes under Danavas, Daityas category, belongs to Rakshasa clan. So while fighting Kalakeyas, I don't know you remember, do you remember whom Surpanaka was given in marriage? The Kalakeya had the general by the name Vidyujjihva, who was Surpanaka's husband, brother-in-law of Ravana. while fighting with Kalakeyas in the mode of fighting, Ravana didn't see who is in front. He killed Vidyujihva also. And then he proceeded to Varuna and he vanquished sons of Varuna also. Luckily, Varuna went out of his city, so he escaped. And they say there were 5 more Adhyayas, Sargas in this area, left out in the book I have about Ravana's crime history. So, whatever details I am giving is less, okay. Some 5 chapters were left out in my book of Ravana's crime history. Then Ravana, after winning Devaloka, Patala, he left for Sri Lanka. So there were celestials, they were lamenting, who are all forcibly carried out by Ravana. And they cursed Ravana. What else they can do? When Ravana reached Sri Lanka, Surpanaka wailed, "How come you can kill my husband? Now I have no husband, I am a widow now. You didn't care for me, you have no love for me." Then Ravana consoled her and he told her, "You can go to Dantaka forest along with Kara, Dushana and 14,000 soldiers. You live there happily along with Kara, Dushana. I cannot bring back your husband, but I can do this much for my sister." So this is how Surpanaka reached Dantaka forest along with Kara, who was the king, and Dushana, who was the general. Then Ravana found Meghanada, his son, wearing a black deer skin. So these are all, there is no difference between Devas, Asuras, human beings in the austerities, habits, lifestyle and so on. So Meghanada was doing tapas. So he was wearing a black deer skin and he had a tuft kudumi of hair on his crown. In a Hindu also, after taking Brahmacharya Diksha or Upanayana, he will also having tuft kudumi. Shika is they say in Sanskritam. So he was having that on his crown and holding a kamandalu, a pot. Here they give a explanation. I don't know whether Lakshanandaji is there because I heard that is available in Mauritius. They say the kamandalu, generally sadhus will be having that. A pot made of the shell of a poisonous coconut. I was told there was a coconut, it will look like this, 2 parts. Then they cut the coconut, then you will get 2 kamandalus. Then you put a handle and use that. that kind of coconut is available around Mauritius, they say. So Indrajit was, Meghanada was having the kamandalu and a staff. That is Dharmadanda. Our Swamis will be having a staff. Dharmadanda or Yoga Danda, they say. Yoga Danda is little different. It is meant for resting the hand while doing japa. Dharmadanda, they say. There will be some small flag called Dharmadhwaja also. So a staff he attained success through sacrifices. So it means whatever is told in the Vedas, to gain sacrifice, you have to perform these sacrifices, and he was doing under the guidance of Shukracharya. So when Ravana came and saw these things, they look odd and peculiar to him. He asked, "Hey, what are you doing?" Then he was on vow, so he cannot speak. Meghanada cannot speak. So the Guru, Kulaguru, Shukracharya explained to Ravana the things. I shall tell you everything. 7 well-known sacrifices, rich in numerous details, have been performed by your son. 6 sacrifices named Agnishtoma and Ashwamedha and Bahusuvarnika, Rajasuya, Gomedha, and the sacrifice intended to propitiate Lord Vishnu, okay, has been performed. He performed all these 6. One among them is to propitiate Lord Vishnu. And when the sacrifice intended to propitiate Lord Maheshwara, that is Shiva, which is exceedingly difficult for the mortals to accomplish, commenced, your son received boons personally from Lord Shiva. He also received from him, that is Lord Shiva, a lasting heavenly car, chariot, Ratha, which could course in the air according to the will of its master, as well as a conjuring trick named Tamasi Maya, by which darkness could be occasioned in the enemy's ranks. By means of this conjuring trick, when employed in a conflict, the movement of the employer cannot be known. We already saw he cheated Rama and Lakshmana and others. Nobody knew from where he is sending arrows. Along with his chariot, he disappeared and he was waging war. So this he got by this sacrifice only. And a pair of inexhaustible quivers full of arrows, as also a bow exceedingly difficult to resist, and a powerful missile capable of exterminating the foe, have also been secured by him. Having secured all these boons, indeed this son of yours stands here eager to see at the completion of his sacrificial performance, and so do I. Actually, we were about to come to you and inform you, and you came even before that. And we are happy. We were about to inform you all these things. It's not that without telling you, informing you and hiding you, we were doing this. It is all for your well-being only. So Ravana was happy, and he embraced his son and went to his palace. And in this time, Vibhishna described the evil consequences of bearing away others' wives, and his own sister was taken away. So Ravana was entering his palace after all these crimes, And Vibhishana was telling, see, you were doing all the crimes. You were disturbing other women, and you carried away every other's wives to Lanka. And because of this, the karma backfired you, and your own people are suffering. Surpanaka lost her husband, and she, Kumbhinasi. Her husband was taken away. Kumbhinasi herself was taken away by the demon called Madhu. And Ravana was furious. See, when he was taking away others' wife, he was happy.
Yeah. You know, now you're mentioning the Madhu and all this Asuras and all, no? Now in Amman's this thing also, these people come, no? The certain names are the similar names. Are they the same people they talk about?
This Madhu, there was one Madhu Kaitapa, killed by Vishnu. And in Devi Puranam it will be told, by Devi's grace Vishnu killed them. And this is another one Madhu who lived somewhere near Madhura. In Ramayana time there was a Lavanasura killed by Shatrughna. That is also Madhu. Lavana were brother. That is another Madhu. This is possibly that Madhu, because it is somewhere around Ramayana time. This is possibly the Madhu of Mathura. Mathura was named after this Madhu. So this Madhu took away Kumbhinasi. I don't know whether you remember who is Kumbhinasi. There was Sumali, Malyavan, Mali. So this was that Kumbhinasi. So Kumbhinasi was taken away, kidnapped by Madhu. So Ravana, when he was taking away others' wives, he was happy. When his own relatives, Kumbhinasi, was taken away, he was angry. He went to kill him. So Kumbhinasi, when hearing that Ravana is coming to kill Madhu, she was happy with Madhu, so she stopped Ravana and requested Ravana, see, you already killed Surpanaka's husband and made her widow. Don't make me also widow. Please give life for my husband Madhu. I am happy with him, so you don't kill him. Then he dropped his idea of killing Madhu and lived there for some time. Then took Madhu along with him to invade Devaloka. So while he was traveling, on the way they stopped at a place. There he saw the celestial woman called Rambha. So he violated her. She was on her way to Nalakubara, that is son of Kubera. So she went to Nalakubara. Nalakubara asked, what happened to you? Why are you late? Why are you like this? Then she detailed him what happened on the way. Then Nalakubara cursed Ravana. If hereafter, if Ravana violates any unwilling women, his head will split into 7 pieces. Then Ravana, accompanied by his army, invaded the realm of Indra. Indra invoked the help of Lord Vishnu. Vishnu dismissed him, that is Indra, with a vow that he will kill Ravana in the future. And there was an encounter between Rakshasas and Devatas. And among the Ashta Vasus, one Vasu killed Sumali. Already Mali was killed by Vishnu. Then they went to Padala Loka till Ravana took birth, got boons, they didn't came. Now the Sumali also was killed by Vasu. So now the Malyavan alone is remaining. There was a duel between Meghanada and Jayanta, Indra's son. Indra sent one after another. In that he sent his son also, Jayanta. So Meghanada and Jayanta, Ravana's son and Indra's son were fighting. And Meghanada was wielding his Maya Jal. Then Puloma, Indra's wife, Shachi, is daughter of Puloma. So Puloma is Jayanta's, Indra's son's maternal grandfather. He came to know Meghanada wielded the conjuring tricks, so he may kill Jayanta. So he took away Jayanta, removed Jayanta from the battlefield to another place. Then Indra himself appeared for the fight. The destruction of Rakshasa's army by Rudras. You know, there were 12 Adityas, 11 Rudras, 8 Vasus, 2 Ashwini Devas. The total count makes 33 crore Devatas. So Rudras are a form of Shiva only. So they were also fighting there for Indra. And the wind gods called Marutta. And finally there was a duel between Indra and Ravana. Ravana was invading through the Devata's army, and the Devatas were trying to capture him. Meanwhile, there was a fight between Meghanada and Indra, and by wielding his conjuring tricks, Meghanada captured Indra. By applying his conjuring tricks. I already told you, the Rakshasas always win by cheating, not in a dharmic war. So he caught Indra. As Indra was held up by Meghanada, the fight has to come to an end because the chief of the army was caught. He came to Sri Lanka victorious. And Indrajit told, I wish to engage in a fight after duly propitiating the sacrificial fire through oblations daily while chanting the sacred texts. A huge chariot harnessed to steeds should emerge from the context is, let me rephrase the things. So he came to Lanka. He informed father also. Father was happy. From this time he was known as Indrajit. Meghanada, because he captured Indra, he was known as Indrajit. When this was heard, Brahma came to rescue Indra. So there was a deal between Indrajit and Brahma. So Indrajit was asking Brahma, if I perform a sacrifice daily, then whenever I wish, there should a chariot should emerge from the sacred fire before me, and immunity of death should be ensured for me, so long as I remain seated in that chariot. And this is the avowed boon sought by me. You may not give me immortality, but you can give. I do perform a sacrifice, then I get a chariot. As long as I am in the chariot, I should not be killed. And if I should engage in person fight on the battlefield, before the muttering of prayers and the pouring of oblations into the sacred fire is completed, my death should take place then and then alone. So this was the boon sought by Indrajit to Brahma. So in this way he was fighting the war and he was escaping from death. Finally, Vibhishana took Lakshmana while he was performing the sacrifice. They went and intervened in the sacrifice and fought with Indrajit, and Lakshmana killed him. That story we already saw in the Uttara Kanda. So you know what was the thing behind. So Brahma granted the boons to Indrajit and prevailed on him to release Indra from captivity. And after releasing Indra from captivity, he told Indra, it is all because of your sin. Because what crime you committed in the past. And Indra couldn't identify possibly what was the sin I committed. Because when people commit so many crimes, they cannot keep track of them. So then Brahma himself told him what was the sin committed by him. So you better do a yaga and wash off your sin, then you can get Indraloka back again. So if there is any question, you may ask.
Any question?
Okay. Then we can proceed to what was the sin committed by Indra. This is related with Ramayana, so let us see that story. We already saw, but in a simple way. While Rama and Lakshmana along with Vishwamitra going towards Mithila for wielding the Dhanush of Shiva Dhanush of Janaka, by that they later married Sita also. On the way, we saw Ahalya was purified and she joined back again to her husband because of Rama's grace, blessings. So this was the story told by Brahma. So once upon a time I was creating all the people all alike. There was no difference between one and the other. So I got the idea that I should create a beautiful human being. So I took all the best and created a woman. Hala means ugliness. Women with great futures who don't have hala. Who have hala is Halya. Who don't have hala is Ahalya. Vairupyam na vidyate. Yasya sa Ahalya. Halya means Vairupyam. Ahalya means Vairupyam na vidyate. Yasya sa Ahalya. And she was named Ahalya by me because she was with great features. And because she was very beautiful, I was thinking in whose protection I will give her. Then finally I gave her to Gautama Rishi to test his self-control. I given her to him And she was with him for quite long time. And he proved his self-control. I was happy with him. So then I gave Ahalya as a wife to Gautama Rishi himself later. And because of love for her and anger that Gautama married her, Indra, you went and violated her. And Gautama Rishi cursed you, and that you will fall in the hands of your enemy. That curse came through Meghanada, that is Indrajit. And hereafter, whoever violates a woman, half of the sin will come to you. Gautama Rishi cursed him in this way also. Hereafter, whoever violates a woman, half of the sin will come to Indra. And your position as Indra will not be stable anymore. It will be always like minority government. So, and you can go through the history of Devaloka. Always somebody or other will come and fight and chase away Indra and took away his kingdom. And again he will be restored, reinstalled and so on. So your position will not be stable. And whoever comes as Indra, they also shall not endure the position. And Indra is a position, and many people came, even Nagusha became Indra for temporarily. And the Gautama Rishi cursed Ahalya. It is not at all a curse. He asked her to live unseen in the precincts of purview of his hermitage. So then, in Tamil Kambaramayanam, I suppose, the Ahalya was cursed to become a stone. Then she was a stone for some time when Rama was walking. His Pata Renu, that is the dust of his Pada, foot fell on her and she was removed of her curse, Papa, and she became an ordinary woman. Possibly this story comes in Kampa-Ramayana or some other Ramayana. In Valmiki, this is not the story. He lived a tapasvi life. She was separated from Gautama Rishi, lived around his hermitage only. She was allowed to live around her hermitage, but she should not come in front of Gautama Rishi. That's it. And she asked, see, I didn't commit any mistake. This Indra did all these things. Why are you cursing me? You please give me forgiven. Then Rishi told, the Rama will come. Vishnu will come in the form of Rama along with Vishwamitra on the way to Mithila to marry Sita. And the sight of him, Lord Vishnu, will purify you, all of your sin. And then you can come to me, I will accept you.
He doesn't become a stone also.
Yeah, Valmiki Ramayana didn't say that. And the Valmiki Ramayana says, Ahalya practiced exceptionally rigid austerities also. So, Thiruvalluvar also mentions this story in his Tirukural. A Thiruvalluvar who is not a Hindu, not a Tamilan, Paityams, mad people will say all these things, but Thiruvalluvar says, Aindavittan Archal, Agal Visumbular Koman, Indrane Shalum Kari. You may be a Indra, but your power is none in front of a Rishi. who is a tapasvi, who is a sannyasi. So, Aindavi. Huh?
They are not Paityan.
Yeah, they are very.
Heritage that they are all Hindus. They came from Sanatana Dharma. All that they claiming now.
They are very crooked. They are not Paityams. They have an agenda. Agenda-driven people. They are not Paityam. We can forgive Paityams. They are ignorant people. But these are not ignorant people. They are very agenda-driven people. So, Aindavitan Atal, who practice austerities, tapas, Krishikeshaka, who have their senses in their control, Aindavitan Atal, for their power, Ahal Visumbular Koman, the Devaloka Indra, only is example for them. In what way? They can curse even Indra. Indra cannot withstand them. Indrane Salun Kari was the Tirukural. So, after telling these details, Brahma asked him to perform sacrifice to propitiate Lord Vishnu, and at the conclusion of the said sacrifice, Indra got his Indra Padavi position again and returned to heaven. Possibly, after hearing all of these stories, you might have got a question. The same question Rama also got. So, what was the question Rama got? And he asked to Agastya. We will see in the next class. Prayer. Om Anjile Ondru Petran, Anjile Ondai Tavi, Anjile Ondraraga, Ariyarkaga Ehi, Anjile Ondru Petra, Anangai Kanda Ayalaruril, Anjile Ondai Vaitan, Avan Nammai Alittu Kappan. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Brahmarpanamastu. Shri Krishnarpanamastu. The Ahalya episode is stone-like life, without enjoying anything, doing very rigorous tapas. So that is, yeah, it is what we say in personified as a stone-like life. So later somebody made it as a stone. That is how.
Also depicting like that only. Rama came and stepped the stone and then she became a woman.
In cinemas it comes like that. Kamparaman I don't remember exactly. I have to refer again. But in Valmiki it is not there. Already we have referred this many years back. Now I again read in Uttara Kanda, it is not told that.
But the feelings and what she has got no feelings.
Yeah.
Tapasi.
She didn't enjoy the world because she was doing tapas. So when you don't enjoy, you are like stone. As well as stone. I see the hand raised.
No. The auntie is trying to do something.
Okay.
So, one could, this is nothing to do with this judiciary, isn't it, class?
Okay.
You're single, no? I think a very thin they made. Now that's a question or something. Actually, it should be more the big one, isn't it? The shape.
I am not getting that.
Those days they had the Chola dancer, or they had a single one.
Chengol, okay. The scepter or staff. Dharma.
But it's so thin and tall, no? That's why I'm wondering why. Normally it has to have the broadness, isn't it?
To my knowledge, in Shilpa Shastra, there is measurement for all those things. It has many rules and regulations. I give some clue because I read the Tamil Nadu government's book Sirpa Chennur. I had a friend of Thatcher, Mara Asari, carpenter friend. So he gave me the book. So I went through the book. From that idea I am telling you. Before making an idol, there is Vigraha, either they can take the measurement of the thumb of the person who is doing that. For example, Rajaraja Cholan was constructing a Brigadishwara temple. Then they will take the measurements of either his thumb or his whole body. So there are some varieties. They will take the measurement, then they will calculate an inch from that, then they will make 12 inch and so on. Then accordingly they will calculate the whole construction. The thing is, nowadays we have a standard measurement for what is an inch, what is a meter, what is a centimeter. But in those days it is not like that. For example, if I am a 6 feet person, from my body they will take some measurement and they will make an inch. That inch will be differ from a person who is 5 feet tall. That inch will differ from a person who is 4 feet tall. So the inch, the measurement type differs according to those days. So they will make a scale from the person who is constructing the palace or temple and so on. This is one way. Or they will take the measurement from the Silpi. Or they will take measurement from some other way. So the basic measurement scale may differ. One thing. Then how much the idol height size should be there. For that also they have different rules. Either it should be 1 feet or 6 feet or 60 feet. The proportion will go like that. And how the features should be. For example, if it is a woman Shilpa, then Padmini, Ragini and so on, they have some 4 features for women. Accordingly, they will make the body features. And how the eyes should be. They will have some, eye should be lotus, eye should be, I don't know what is the English word, kuvalai, eye should be like fish and so on. So if eyes is like this, then how the teeth should be, how the earlobe should be, how the stomach should be. So they have a clear-cut rules, top to bottom, how to define body parts, how to make the body part. If it is a male, how it should be, if it is a female, how it should be, and so on. So these are all the details given in the Sirpa Chennul. And the size of the building also. If it is a temple, what should be the Murti size, Vigraha, and what should be the Koburam size, and what should be the place size. Everything, the courtyard, everything will be accordingly done. So there are rules for that, then they will do accordingly. So in that way, if it is a scepter, that is Dharma Chenkol, then they will be having the measures and accordingly they will make it.
So then Nehru was given that the same size, is it? Same type, is it?
Yeah, it is in Prayagraj Museum. It is written Nehru's walking stick. I saw the picture. And there is a interview by Chanakya Ragraj Pandey with Gurumurthy. Of course, there is one India Today interview also by Gurumurthy, I suppose. There he explains more details. Actually, there are a lot of fake news also going on that Mountbatten give there to Nehru and so on. Gurumurthy denies that. Actually, this, the cause for this was Padma Subramaniam, who was with Pujya Swamiji, in Dharma Rakshana Samiti. She wrote to Prime Minister and informed him. Then only this idea came up, it seems. So when and it was Kanchi Paramacharya Chandrasekhara Saraswati who made the news out in 1978 or so, and the history goes like that. So Rangaraj Pandey, I didn't listen to it completely, so one may go through Rangaraj Pandey interview with Guru Murthy. So there you may get more accurate details.
What did the Shankaracharya do?
He only brought this up that Tiruvavadure Adinam gave Chengol to Nehru. Then only they started searching, where is it? And so on. So that's how Bhagavad Subramaniam and Guru Murthy all came to know such thing happened. Because nowhere in our textbook or any other book it is mentioned. There is lot of thing hidden from our side, our knowledge. One among them is this.
It's okay, everything went on well.
Yeah.
So now let Dharma take over.
Yeah.
It's come everything. The form of single.
There is some Tamil verse also by possibly Avvayar, Chenkol. Many verses may be there. Chenkol is a Tamil word. Chemmai means good, noble, praiseworthy, divine, and so on. Chemmai in Tamil gives those meanings. Chenkol means generally the kol means it is straight one, isn't it? So the rule will be straight. It denotes that. So a rule of dharma. So it is called dharma kol also. Staff.
The person also know that dharma is there.
Actually, the Chengol is very much respected in Tamil culture.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it is in the northern culture or so, but in Tamil culture, each and every story you will hear about Chengol.
They don't know because Annamalai is explaining now. Not.
Okay, the Chengol and the umbrella, Venkocha Kodai, they say. The other day I was reading that Kambaramanam verse. Angadan Udaival the Baradan Venkocha Kodai Kavika. There is white umbrella and this Chengol. Both are symbols of king. Even if the king is absent, these two are enough. That much importance were given for the umbrella and this. Possibly we have to suggest Modi to have an umbrella also. White umbrella. Venkocha Kodai. See, they all went away. The Pisas, the Adharmi people didn't attend the function at all.
Yeah.
So it is very nice that happened. No, yeah. They didn't enter the parliament.
When dharma comes, adharma is not there.
The Venkata Kadai means Kudai. That is, denotes that shade of dharma. White also denotes dharma. The Shiva's bull is white bull. White means dharma bull. So, that also denotes knowledge. Knowledge means dharma. So white bull was given to dharma, Shiva denotes dharma only. So these are all interconnected. White means sattvic, white means knowledge, white means dharma, and so on.
And the birth of the umbrella also, I think, is relating dharma. Anything accordingly.
See, from the scorching of sun, umbrella protects you. From the scorching of adharma, dharma protects you. That is a personification.
an umbrella in
Yeah.
Swamiji, how is it that Hariram Swamiji,
Hariram.
how is it for 75 years this Bengal was in the Allahabad Museum and no one from the museum, nobody picked it up.
Because when they placed it in the museum, they labeled it Nehru's walking stick.
Very strange, it took 75 years to...
Yeah, many things in India took more than 70 years. After Modi comes only, things are coming out. Already many things, for example 370 was abolished after Modi come to power. And many rules were abolished, laws were abolished after Modi came to power. So many things, good things were happening, though for Hindus not many good things happening, but for country many good things are happening. Subhash Chandra Bose was highlighted, brought to light. Veera Savarkar was brought to light. See, Veera Savarkar was a person who got 2 life imprisonments, who suffered more than 4,000 years in Andaman and so on. But he was not recognized at all. And Subhash Chandra Bose was not recognized at all. Many freedom fighters were not recognized for 70 years. Last year only, the whole year, the government broadcasting system, Doordarshan, was collecting the details and giving the details, bringing the details to the public view. Many things like this going on. You people may not be knowing, but it was all happening in India. 75 years of dark rule is getting over. Day by day the light was coming, and one among them is this. Somebody of old age might have remembered, might have read Kanji Paramacharya's book, sayings. Then they brought to that Modi's knowledge. Then they were searching for that. Then they found in the Prayagraj museum walking stick labeled. When it is labeled walking stick, that's it. Nobody questions. It looks like something to walking stick only, but though it is not a walking stick. So this is how they twist facts. Many facts were twisted in this way. One among them, very recent example is walking stick. How they
because Sequel has been there in his neighbors, this thing, then Hinduism is the one which is there, Bengal means in Sanatana Dharma is already there.
Yeah.
That's why they didn't want to use that talk about it. So that's why it became a walking stick for him.
They want to wipe out our tradition, destroy our tradition. So
Hindus have to wake up something in India.
Yeah.
They have to really do that.
See, there were 5 or whatever number. There were education ministers in the India after 1947. All were Muslims. Can you believe?
Yeah.
All the education ministers were Muslims. And the education board was communists, Christians and Muslims. And these historians all are distorting, not historians, distorians, including Romila Thapar. They were all thriving in the previous regimes, Congress. And even Vajpayee couldn't do anything much. Even Modi couldn't do to that matter. Even Modi couldn't do a lot, but he is doing a lot also. For example, even now the educational board was not revolutionized. Little by little only they are doing something.
Only one thing I feel, everyone is depending upon Modi alone to do and do something.
Yeah.
What are the Hindus doing there? If they have woken up and supported and gave him the rights,
See,
then everything would have moved on.
if Hindus awoke, we don't need even Modi. Congress will do whatever we need. Because we are in a slumber, we are not awakened, we don't know, we are not united. Because of that, the opposition parties are doing all these things. Muslims are doing all these things, Christians are doing all these things, communists are doing all these things.
They don't respect their own culture, religion, nothing. Those fellows are Hindus. That's the problem. Even in India also, they don't.
Yeah.
In fact, in India, that's the worst thing,
See, India has to set an example for others living in all over the world. But when India itself is not doing that. But when comparatively, Sri Lanka and other places, people are doing well. See, at least in Sri Lanka, people know Devaram Tiruvachakam. Malaysia also, you people know. Our Marinari nation know Devaram. But I was not taught, I didn't learn, though I am living nearby a Shiva temple. I know whatever they chanted in the temple. That much only I know. But I was not specially taught. But in every Muslim child is taught Quran. Every Christian child is taught Bible. Do we have any system to teach our children our culture, our religious books? In Kanyakumari, because it is lacking, our ashram, Vivekananda Ashramam brought some system called cultural class with 5 books for 5 years syllabus. But even that, in Kanyakumari district, only we have some 1,000 classes. Only 50,000 Hindus may be participating in that. When there are lack of Hindus, when there are thousands of villagers, in 40 or 50 years, we could cover only 1,000 villages and around some 50,000 people. Because it is totally a voluntary work. So when there is an option in front of you, you are not taking it up in your hands in Kanyakumari. But then what will they do in other places of Tamil Nadu or India when they had no option? So Hindus are dumb. That is why Vivekananda Swami told, better you go become Christians for 1 or 2 years. Learn, then come back to Hinduism and do things.
They are sitting as a Christian Muslim, they never realize. And then what to talk about?
See how many Hindus are killed. What happened to Kashmiri people? What happened to Punjab people while during the 1947 and Bengal? Till they didn't learn their lesson.
So already God given UK.
They are telling every religion is the same. We have to show love. All idiotic things they will claim and.
That's not what our Sanatana grammar teaches, no?
Yeah.
We have to speak not first, no?
Yeah. We have to protect Dharma and we have to protect Dharmis. And first for that we have to realize who are our enemies. That is the main problem. They don't realize who are their enemies. And the educational system. See, Modi didn't do anything in that. That is the crux of the matter. Educational system has to be demolished. That creates these idiots. Communists, Christians and Muslims, seculars.
No, nothing enough.
Not much worthful. They are doing something. It is not that they are not doing nothing. But say 70 years of misrule we have to correct. It is not an easy job also. That also we have to correct. And it is not a one man's job. We all has to see if we come to the street and we ask the government, we don't want this syllabus. We want a revolutionized syllabus. We want our culture back. We want our 300 years of rule of Mughal have 30 pages.
Ask what like how in schools Islam is taught, Christian this thing is taught. Let our literature also come into the school all over again.
See, minorities are given more what do we say? Not benefits. The rules and laws are very beneficial to them.
Yes.
So they can take staffs. They can have small place for running a school and so on. Many liberal things were given for minorities. But for Hindus, the rules are very rigid. Hindus cannot take Hindu teachers in their school. Hindus should have the accurate limit of land. They cannot have less land. And Hindus cannot have prayer in their schools. They have to follow secular scheme. But minorities can have their own prayer. We are creating awareness at least in Kanyakumari. Of course, all over Tamil Nadu it is happening, but in a very little way. It is Kadalil Karaja Pergayambol, they say. We are working in Coimbatore, we are working in Chennai, Thoothukudi, Tirunelveli, and to some extent in Kerala also. But it is not enough.
Yeah, because so many fellows are sitting there.
And the Hindus, okay, our ashram is doing these things from before 1975 onwards. They are doing for about 50 years, we can say. Whether the idiot Hindus support this, no. Even now, it started as a voluntary work. Even now, it is a voluntary work. No volunteer are honored. They need not pay. At least they can be honored with 100 rupees per week. No. These volunteers are very poor people from poor background. They are doing these things for their religion, for their country. But the Hindus who are not doing this, they can at least honor these people. See, some volunteers coming to your village to teach your children. Can you give one time food for that worker? No. Many sevaks, volunteers were not even given food. Leave alone giving money. So nowadays I am not going to any temple, any function and all. Because why should I go to these idiots who don't know how to respect a person who is working for their own religion, their own country, their own well-being? There are so many volunteers, whether it is from RSS or from any other organization. There are so many Hindus giving their life for our tradition, religion, dharma, society. I can say it for sure. Thousands of people are working in India. But crores of Indians are neglecting them, not recognizing them. This is the problem. So nowadays I started speaking this very harsh manner. Wherever I go, whatever way I can put forward, I am putting this idea forward. Train intervened.
Okay, so only time will be, I think.
Okay.
And we are.
Thank you all for your care for India and Indians. We will do our best to bring the India's glory back.
Must bring, Swamiji.
Possibly in our lifetime, you will be able to see India's glory back.
It is a bit changing now.
Thank you. Hari Om. Shubharatri.
Hari Om, Swamiji. Hari Om, Mataji. Hari Om.